Hey, what's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with episode 40. I don't know how we did it, but we reached 40.
40.
And we're recording on Monday, June 24th, 2019. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Yo.
And Anita.
Hello.
All right, and as our weekly reminder, please like, subscribe, download us, leave us feedback and questions at SojuTalkPodcast@gmail.com, YouTube, Reddit, wherever you are finding us. But we have a lot of housekeeping to do, guys.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so one of the shout-outs this week is this guy named Waleed. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. But he asked us if we have any other social media options other than like Instagram or our Facebook page. Yo, we made a Discord.
Because we didn't have enough platforms.
I'm assuming a lot of you know what Discord is, but for those of you who don't, Discord was originally a product that was used for people to talk to each other when playing video games, but they've expanded it. Now there's like forums, places where you could post pictures, memes, talk, chat room, voice chat, all that stuff. We created one. Please check it out. The link is in the description. It's also on our description page of our Instagram. But yo, the party's just getting started. You don't want to miss this. It's gonna be a meme fest.
I'm nervous.
It's gonna be so spicy.
Yo, people already joined. I'm like, what? I'm so surprised.
But yeah, don't miss the party. Once again, the link is in the description of this video. All right, so at the end of today's episode, we're gonna have our weekly Produce X101 talk. It was an elimination episode, so there's not way too much to talk about, but definitely some interesting things happen, especially that cliffhanger at the end.
Oh boy.
You don't want to miss that.
Oh boy.
And then also this week, we're hitting you with let's say a 40th episode special video, right?
Oh boy.
This is going to be a separate YouTube exclusive video, so check it out over there. It's going to be a girl group tier list.
As requested.
Yeah, as requested. I'm sorry I forgot exactly who requested, but a couple weeks ago during our alarm break, someone requested it. We are doing it, and eventually we will also do a guy group tier list. But this is the first of the series, I guess. Woo! All right, so now for our shout-outs. So I'm going to mention Waleed again. He asked a couple things. So first thing he asked us was about making a Discord. So we did that for him, right? Second thing is he wants to know our opinion on solo debuts while being in an active group. And he wants to know, do you think that debuting the members as solo artists ultimately cuts down a group's lifespan, or does it help them?
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. With like everything, there's a good amount of pros and cons here, right? This is something it's kind of risky, but if you do it well, it's really good, right? Like if you play your cards right, it can pull the whole group into popularity, or it can like make the disparity between a solo artist and the rest of the group even bigger.
No. I think it's a double-edged sword.
I agree.
Wait, that's literally what I said.
All right, well, all right, that's what it is, though.
I fall more into the category where it creates more of a distance between like a member that might be already more popular and a group that maybe wants to gain that same popularity but is not doing so well. I don't know. I feel like it depends on the group. I think.
All right, so I mean, if we think about the main examples though, you could bring up definitely Hyuna and 4 Minute. It pretty much ruined ended their group. I want to also say like I know Zico was already doing his own thing, but Zico on Block B is another example you could bring up. And obviously right now I bet you what the inspiration for this topic was definitely Jennie and Blackpink. That's the most contemporary version of this issue. Now, I think its solo things are good because for some reason, idols who already have popularity, when they do a solo debut, a lot of eyes are on it, right? So that's good for the group overall. But it definitely brings disproportionate amount of success for the group, for the members at least, right? Where that person becomes way more popular than the group. And then what often occurs is then, like, I wouldn't say everyone gets their egos hurt, but at the same time, it's like when you as a group are doing well and you become like essentially backup singers to the popular solo artist, it's not good for group cohesion, I would say.
Here's the thing. There's definitely bad examples, but there's definitely good examples too, right? You know who always does like good solo artists?
Who?
SM does them like they do them
right,
well
that's true.
all the time. Shiny, EXO, Super Junior, Red Velvet.
the thing with SM, I think, is that
Right.
they time their solos very well, I would say,
Yes.
because they wait a while, like a long time, before they focus on a specific project, a solo project. And I don't think that's the same for other companies. I feel like
That-
they're
yeah.
stable when they do the solos.
Yes, that's why I'm saying this is like, it's one of those cards you shouldn't be pulling out when it's like, it's not a card you play in a game to win the game. You play it
Right.
to stabilize and to
When
build.
you've already won.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good point I didn't think about. It's like if you do it in order to maintain success or to keep your success going longer, then I think it's beneficial. But if you're using it as the building tool, it often brings up issues.
Yeah.
I think
I
that
agree.
summarizes completely what we're trying to say here. All right, so I think that's a solid opinion on that.
What an agreement.
Yeah, let's move on to our next one. It was by FabSes14. I don't know if that's in reference to Cesc Fabregas, but it might be.
Who?
He's a famous soccer player. But he or she wanted to know our opinion on the recent Japanese releases of IZ*ONE and the double release of Twice. So IZ*ONE had Buenos Aires and Twice had Happy Happy and Breakthrough. All right, as a whiz one here, let me talk about Buenos Aires. Oh Lord.
Wow.
Okay,
you can go first. Please speak.
This may be a little harsh, but I think if you really like a group, you're willing to also criticize them a little, right? Not the group itself, but the musical choices. I think
Constructive
criticism.
Constructively, yeah.
But this, I don't know if this is a hot take here. Buenos Aires, I would rather the song not exist.
Wow.
I think they look fine. I think that there are certain parts of the song that are good, but that chorus is a mess. Okay. And the rap section is really cringy.
Okay.
But I want to say, though, that obviously this is very J-pop sounding, and it does have an AKB sound because it has multiple singers on the chorus, which is a AKB hallmark, I would say.
It's like a Japanese hallmark in general. Every idol song,
but
yeah.
Man, it took me about 2 weeks after this song released to watch the whole music video through. It was a struggle for me. And I did watch it through a couple times now, and it's not that great. I thought the last song, Suki to Iwasatai, I believe that's how you pronounce it, was objectively way better.
Okay. Now, hear me out. I am surprisingly a big supporter of this song.
What?
Wow.
I know, right?
Why?
First of all, No Way Man.
Okay,
I feel like
so you're referencing the AKB song "No Way Man," which
Ep40 song from last summer.
Yes, which
I believe,
Nako Sakura and Hitomi were the centers in.
Yes, personally, I think that really shows how low, like, J-pop can be sometimes.
Wow.
Buenos Aires, I think is a fabulous song. I don't know why it gets so much hate, because you're not the only one. You're not the only one that dislikes the song. Trust me. I feel like sometimes I'm the only one that likes the song.
I won't just say I don't like it. My other reasons for not liking it, I think they tried to shove way too many languages into the song, and then when they say a line and then they say like other words, it's like tell me. You know what I mean? They say a line and then they had the back chorus going. I thought those were really cringy.
Okay, I mean, personally, I really like the chorus. Really? You know, the part where they go, bueno, I don't know, I can't sing it without like me laughing, but I actually dig it. It's been an earworm. I actually kind of listen to it a lot. Like,
oh my goodness.
Wow.
I know, right? Because like,
Anita, you don't have to say if you like it or not. Well, you actually do. But concisely, do you like this song or not like this song?
It's not one of my favorites.
Okay, that's enough. Let's move on. So, on a happier note for me, Twice is Happy Happy and Breakthrough. I thought Happy Happy was pretty good, super bubblegummy. I thought the real gem was Breakthrough though.
Yes, I agree.
Oh shit, I am
love the outfit.
On the completely opposite
dance.
end of the agreement.
What? I thought that Breakthrough was in a similar vein of, oh my goodness, I forgot their most recent song, Fancy. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh my god.
I thought it was one of those things where it was somewhere in between Girl Crush and Bubblegum, and that's the lane I like Twice to head in right now.
Yes.
And I thought it had Mamamoo-ish vibes.
Oh yeah, with the
Which
outfit.
I was completely down for that.
yeah.
I thought that Happy Happy War was more of the generic big market bubblegum song, which I thought it was fine, but I preferred Breakthrough.
Okay, I like the concept of Breakthrough. I'm not gonna argue with that. You know, I perfectly dig it. The exact direction I want them to go in. The song I feel like is a little kind of generic.
Okay, I can see that.
Just feels like one of those pop songs. Well, it feels like an Asian pop song that's trying to be American pop. I'll talk about this later again when we talk about another song, but that's the kind of vibes I got. Happy is another kind of bubblegummy song from Twice.
Just makes you happy.
Just something I expect from Twice. And I thought it was kind of generic on that and that kind of aspect as well. Except there's this one part in the music video that I have to bring up. And Jonghyun, she holds up she holds her hair up like a twin tail, and then like bobbles left and right, and the camera also bobbles left and right and left and right, and then a couple seconds later, Moa comes out, also holding her hair like that, and the camera keeps bobbling left, right, and it's like the cutest thing ever. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like, do you guys know what I'm talking about? Do you guys remember?
I think
I do remember that part, but I want the drinking buddies at home to let us know what you think about Buenos Aires, because I'm curious now.
Why are you going back to Buenos Aires?
I just can't. It's like it's that like itch you gotta scratch. It like annoys me a little.
I feel like it's a fine song, and you're just harsh on it because you had high expectations after all the past 3 songs.
That might be true, but I will say completely prefer the Korean releases so far. But let's now move on to this week's new songs. All right, so we had 3 songs, but they're all humongous, right? So on June 19th, last Wednesday, we had Stray Kids with Side Effects and Red Velvet with Zimzalabim. Oh, I got that right. And then today, on the 24th, Monday, our Lord and Savior Chungha came back with Snappin.
Yes.
She snatched that wig. But let's start at the top. So Stray Kids Side Effects. Okay. My one thing, I prefer the audio to the music video.
Really?
I agree.
Huh? Really?
I thought the audio was awesome. So I was on our Discord. Shout out to the Discord. But I was on the Discord, and we have a music bot there that plays a constant playlist of music. And in order for me to review the song, I listened to it a bunch, right? I was listening to it there. I thought the audio track was bumping, and I was like, this is amazing. When I got to the music video and that drop hit, right? I thought they were going to have like this epic dance sequence, and then the first thing they did was like the spastic with the camera shake, right?
Yeah.
And then they walked around a little, and then they did like the like aggressive eagle. I don't know how to
The what?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Anita?
Yes.
They did the aggressive eagle. And then I did really like that. So they did that sequence like twice, right? And then the final time they built up and they did like the dance break that I was waiting for. And that's what I thought was the strongest point of the video. But I thought with that hard of a drop, I was expecting the dance to be a little more like high pace. That's my main criticism of the song. Not the song. I love the song though.
I kind of agree. First of all, I'm not a big fan of the song. I think it's all right. I don't really like the drop. I don't like the drop. But at the same time, it's kind of a personal preference thing. I know that it's one of those drops that a lot of people out there really enjoy. But the thing is, like, watching the music video, like sometimes they're in the car, right? With like the lights and the grass and all. And I'm like, did I play the wrong? Like, is like another window playing a song, and is that playing on top of the music video? Like, I thought it was kind of like the image didn't match, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
It didn't super match other than the shout out to the backup dancers. That sequence I thought was working out for them.
That was fine, but like
sometimes I don't know if it's B-roll, but you know what I mean. The car shots, I did think that was a little out of place.
To me, I had the same effect as Warren said, where it just seemed very disorienting hearing the song and watching the music video because I don't know, I kept feeling like, oh my gosh, this has to take like a darker turn, like the colors have to change something.
There was a lot of
but
camera
it,
shake too. I was
it
getting
never
dizzy.
did. So I don't know. I think for me, the song by itself, to me, I just don't know how I feel about the chorus because it just sounds very EDM.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah, I think I need to listen to it more. But yeah, I think for me, just the overall disorienting feeling between the song and the music video.
I mean, if you look at the credits, besides Three Racha, the three main kids who
Yeah.
produced the song,
Mm-hmm.
the two people who also worked on the song is Tak and One Take. And Tak is he's like one of the biggest EDM producers in Korea right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where that comes from. And
That's
I want to also
interesting.
just shout
Yeah.
out Stray Kids for coming back so quickly because
Right.
the Mirror came out on March 25th and we're in
Yep.
June and they already came back. So shout out to Stray Kids. I think they're definitely on the upward swing, though.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
they are soaring up this year. All right, next song. Probably the most polarizing song on this in terms of what the internet is thinking about the song. So Red Velvet's Zimzalabim.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. First thing for me.
Okay, first thing real quick. I gotta go close the window because the wind's blowing left and right like crazy and it's like a storm out there. I think I'm gonna blow away or something. I gotta be back.
But okay, so my two favorite members of Red Velvet. You know what? I actually like all of Red Velvet. What am I saying? But I'm a big Wendy fan, big Irene fan, big Sogi fan. Those are my preferences in the group. When Wendy did that beginning part, I just want to say I cringed really hard. Like, I thought she sounded like a Sim from The Sims.
Sounded like a Sin? What?
Sim from the game, The Sims.
Oh, The Sims.
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh, I see it now.
That's what someone said on YouTube, and I was like, can't unhear. But in terms of the song, this is the one song for me this year where it's like I really like parts of it and I don't like parts of it.
I kind of agree.
And I think the main overall sense that I got on looking at comments and forums and other things like that was that people thought this song has like 5 songs in it.
Yeah.
It's a journey.
That being said, I kind of like it now. I'm listening to it a lot.
It's endearing, I guess.
Endearing, I guess. I mean, Anita's the nicest person here. I guess that's her way of not liking this song.
No. Okay, for me, I watched the music video like 3 times in a row because it was a lot. But then I watched the showcase thing they had and the live performance, and I think just focusing on the choreography and the song, it's not bad. I don't think it's bad, and I think Red Velvet is trying a lot of different things, and I think that's gonna be like their what is it? Their
niche,
their charm. What do we call it? Where it's like they're trying a lot of different things.
That's the game plan. That's the
genre for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I feel like I've grown to appreciate just how unexpected the song is, but it's not my favorite by Red Velvet. So
what did you think of the tropical breakdown? Zimzalabim, Zimzalabim, that part.
Wait, what? That's not tropical.
Oh, not the tropical, the chanty part.
chorus?
The chanty part, yeah.
Zimzalabim, Zimzalabim.
I think for me that was probably my favorite part because it used the beat from the teaser. Right? So I don't know. I felt that was my favorite part, and I wish there were more parts like that throughout the song.
Damn.
But
I'm one of those people who like thought the chorus, the hook was like, okay, it was my least favorite, right?
Really?
Because when I feel like when they're saying Zimzalabim, I feel like because the beat's going really hard, right? It's like,
yeah,
you know, I just wished they were a little less cute. You know, do you guys kind of get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying? Because like I've heard okay, I listen to a lot of artists, and I've heard a lot of like recently there's been a lot of like female rappers and R&B artists in the scene, and I know like they can be a lot more like raw and like edgy, and here I'm just getting like Red Velvet.
That's not a
Well,
bad thing though.
No, it's not a
That's
bad thing, but
Red
like I just wished they went a little like harder, you know.
Yo, I
I
want to
yeah, I
I want
can
to throw some
understand that.
let me throw some shade, fam.
Huh?
I'm
Shit,
going to throw
okay.
some shade at their coordinator.
Oh.
I
I
thought it
don't
was fine.
no, like a lot of people online, me included, have just been saying like, "What the heck are they wearing?" Like,
Eh.
I don't know what they're wearing personally. This song, I feel like if they arranged it differently and stuck to a few of the sections, that kind of vibe, it could have been a more complete song. That's my overarching feel of this song.
I'm gonna before we move on, I feel like you're gonna say we're gonna move on. I want to make one more hot take,
Do it.
Mm.
and it also involves Blackpink and Twice because
Oh,
people
God.
say the big three girl groups are Blackpink,
Mm,
Twice, and Red
mhm.
Velvet.
Mm-hmm.
Twice is like the kind of music Twice makes. I'm gonna compare everything to food here. The
Oh.
the type of food Twice is like is very well fried chicken, very well made fried chicken.
Bro, I love fried chicken.
Everybody loves fried chicken. You know, it's whether you're old, it's one of those things. Whether you're like or Chipotle, it's one of those things. Whether you're old, whether you're young, everybody loves it.
I don't think Adina likes either of those things that much.
Apologize.
But continue.
Most people like it.
Continue.
Blackpink is like, to me, it's like McDonald's.
Huh?
Oh, and then what's Red Velvet then?
Red Velvet to me is like, have you guys had expensive course meals made by like one of those special meals that like for some goddamn reason cost like $150?
All right, Mr. Bougie, but I know what you mean.
I've had like 4 of those in my whole life, or 3, or maybe 2. I don't even know, right? And then always there's this one weird menu somewhere in the middle in this course menu that's like it's got some interesting grass jelly and like some pieces of beef.
Is that what? Are you saying that my savior Irene is grass jelly? Is that what you're trying to say here?
I'm trying to say
They're expensive.
It feels really luxurious, and it feels really like high class to the point where I'm like, I don't feel right listening to this. This is what I'm getting with Red Velvet.
You're not used to it.
Yeah, because I'm not. This is good, but I'm just like, I don't have the I'm a plebe, right? I don't got just money going out of pockets here. To me, it's like I can tell this is good stuff. I just don't feel good yet because this isn't my kind of good yet.
I kind of get that what you're saying.
You kind of get what I'm saying?
All right, so what we learned today is that Twice is fried chicken, Blackpink is McDonald's, and Red Velvet is a weird dish in the middle of an expensive meal that you paid a lot for, so you better like it, but at the same point you're a little confused by it.
It's one of those meals like where you like eat it and you're like, oh yeah, this is good, but like in the inside you're like, what? Why are we enjoying this? Kind of stuff.
Well, what?
All right. Let's just leave it there. I want people at home to describe the groups based on food, I guess. I don't know. But I'm going to move on to what I thought was the best song of the week, even though it's only been out for less than 24 hours, is Chungha's Snapping.
Snaps out, boy.
Oh my goodness. This was fantastic.
Oh, you really like it.
Yes.
Oh boy, do I have some unfortunate
Really?
Also, before we review the song, Chungha was on Running Man this week. She was her Chungha. She was being Chungha. She was pretty funny. Yes. They made her dance a lot. It was great. So if you're a Chungha fan, go check that out. But Warren, okay, why do you not think this was like a fantastic song like I do?
I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was amazing.
Really?
I personally prefer Gotta Go. I personally think Gotta Go was way better.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think for me is I don't think the song is bad. Of course, it's really good. Yeah. But I
But
I was expecting for it to have more energy. Like I wanted it to be fast paced for some reason because I thought Gotta Go was kind of slower. So I thought she was gonna build up momentum. So like I don't know, something harder, something more upbeat. But I don't know, I still like it. I think it's still the best of the releases this week.
My two favorite parts of this were there's one part towards the, I want to say like 60-70% into the music video where she dances with shadows behind the wall. I thought
that was pretty cool.
that whole sequence was awesome. Also, shout out to
With the
that.
black suit.
Yep. I thought the styling was great. Shout out to that Versace
Yes.
robe. That was really nice.
Great.
But yeah, okay. I gotta listen to this song more. Next week I'll tell you if this is my like favorite song ever or it's just good. But that's all I've been listening to today.
I got a lot. I don't know why, but a lot of the things reminded me a lot about Boa.
Yes.
That's true.
I agree.
That's true.
You know why, right?
I really agree.
The
Yes.
song, her like the way she uses her voice tone, I was like,
Her presence.
I mean,
everything.
her like comparison for the age she's at and what she's producing is pretty much Boa though. Like,
yeah.
if you're gonna compare,
But I
to
mean, I
someone.
feel like it is kind of Boa, but I also feel like it's something of her own. I don't know. I don't think it's exactly.
Because she definitely, I don't know if she choreographed this one, but she definitely has a hand in choreographing all of her own stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so those were the 3 songs this week. Show winners this week were overall surprising, right? So Uju Sonyo won 2 more awards, bringing Boogie up to 4 awards.
Wow.
Additionally, M Countdown on Thursday, ATEEZ won for Wave Hakuna Matata.
Wow.
Everyone, their first win ever.
Congratulations.
So shout out to ATEEZ. Music Bank and Show Music Core were won by BTS Boy With Love, bringing the win total to 21.
21.
Oh boy.
So last week we weren't sure if this is a record. It is not by a long shot. There's a probably, I would say, one of the most famous ballad singers in Korea, Shin Sung-hoon. He has a song called Invisible Love that has won 31 awards when it came out.
You know, something's telling me maybe not this song, but like maybe the song after. Maybe. Just maybe.
Lastly, yesterday on Inkigayo, a ballad singer named Kim Na-young won for To Be Honest. It's her first one ever, but it is twinged with a bit of chart manipulation, I'll say. That's at least what the media is reporting.
Okay, I mean, like, if you go look at the charts, if you go look at the speed it, like, became number 1 in, I don't know, like, kind of looks fishy to me, man.
It just came out of nowhere. I don't know if I'm just not paying attention to non-K-pop Korean music enough, but I didn't feel this rumbling, like, you know what I mean, coming, like, I didn't feel like this was an oncoming train that I knew was going to happen. But I would never blame the artist. If there was chart manipulation, it was done by the company, which is therefore not the artist's fault, so we cannot blame her as a singer.
Right.
I also checked out the song, to be honest. It's a great ballad. So
yeah,
shout out to her for winning her first award ever. But let's now transition into what we're currently listening to. I don't have that much this week. I was busy prepping other things. It was a busy summer week, and the work that I'm doing is very seasonal, so I was just overall kind of busy this week. But one thing that I did watch many times on YouTube is, so the movie Aladdin came out, right? There's an original song in there called Speechless. And then Shion from Dreamcatcher covered it, and she was really, really good.
Oh.
So that was one of the things that I listened to a lot.
Dreamcatcher, yeah.
Yes, she's the main vocalist of Dreamcatcher. And low-key, Dreamcatcher is super underrated. I think they're held back by their concept more than their talent sometimes. Also, okay, I listened to Snappin a lot from Chungha. Even though it's today, I listened to it a bunch of times. And I want to also say that I listened to ATEEZ Wave a bunch this week. So Hakuna Matata, everyone.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Warren, what have you been listening to?
I've been listening to this random ass Japanese song called Gobanme no Kisetsu. That, let me translate that into maybe let me translate that. Maybe you know what it's called? It's the 5th season.
Huh?
It's the Japanese version of the 5th season by Oh My Girl. Oh, okay. I don't know why. I'm still stuck in this loop. I wake up. It's one of those songs now. I wake up to it. It's actually my morning alarm. I've changed.
Wow.
You know,
It used to be Jackie White. Now it's Oh My Girl for some reason.
the thing is, you played it for me in the Discord today when we were testing things out.
Yes.
And when you queued it in the playlist, I was like, what the heck is this? But then I completely understood why the song is superior in Japanese than it is in Korean.
You know why, right? You know why,
I
right?
completely it comes off like anime-y, essentially.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
It,
it
it
fits
does
it way
have
better.
that like. It does have that like I'm running under the sky, you know.
It's like
and then-
it could be like an
Oh.
anime opening, essentially.
yeah,
Ooh.
But
yeah.
good jam, good jam.
Good jam. I still listen to it too many times. Good song. But when I'm not listening to this song, when I'm feeling too upbeat and too hype and too fun, then I gotta like kind of tone it down a bit. There's this album. There's this one album that I've been kind of like nonstop. I haven't stopped listening to it since the day it dropped, which was like a month ago. And it's like it's called Kung by C-Jam, right? But do you,
Mhm.
maybe you guys remember who that is? He was on Show Me the
Mhm.
Money a couple years ago. He was like BY's big rival slash big friend, you know. And then he had a whole like weed slash ecstasy slash cocaine scandal. He went to jail for like 6 months and came back. And he was silent for about like a little less than a year, and then he dropped this album. And the whole album's about, it never tackles drugs specifically, but it tackles everything around it. Like, you know, his
Mm.
like his lifestyle's kind of changed because of drugs and like living that kind of lifestyle. And then he loves pleasure, but at the same time he hates hurting his family and friends, you know. And then like there's a whole religious aspect to it. It's, I don't know. Like, this is one of those albums I want to do a whole album review slash analysis on because it's like really well made, and the whole like production is so perfect. This is honestly, this is for me the album of the year. So
Ooh.
just putting
We
that out there.
only
Go check it
in
out.
June, fam.
We're already halfway through the year. This is like one of the best albums I've like heard the past like 5 years.
Are you talking like in terms of hip hop or
No, in
everything?
terms of everything.
Oh,
Wow.
snap. Strong
Like,
claim.
like to me this year, this beat Tyler the Creator. That was one of my favorite albums this year. Like,
Okay.
this, I'm not even
Dang.
kidding. Like, this is up
Wow.
there.
I'm excited to see if by the end of the year this also is still in the like the top for you. But
Oh, easily, unless Ethan's
Ooh.
dropped an album.
okay. So Anita, what have you been spending your week listening to?
I've been listening to a variety of things.
Man,
So
what a
first
variety.
thing I'll recommend is the song by Red Velvet. It's off of their new album. It's called LP. So this song, I would compare it to, someone mentioned in the comment section of the music video or the lyric video that I saw that it sounds like elevator music, but with a twist. It's really good. I would definitely check it out. It's cute. It's more, I guess it's more on the mellow side, so it's definitely not like an 8-track list, but
Hmm.
it's a nice listen. Second, it would be, it's kind of an old song. It's called Pianissimo by Cherry Filter.
Right,
So
Cherry
Cherry
Filter.
Filter, yeah.
Where did you dig out Cherry Filter? Oh my, go on.
Well, I've liked this band for a while because I saw the lead singer on Masked Singer,
Oh,
the show, and I
Oh.
really liked her voice, so I checked out the band. And so they're a rock band, and they were pretty popular in the mid 2000s, early 2000s. So this song has that rock vibe to it. I don't know. I really liked it. I saw a live performance by it. Like the vocals are amazing. So I would recommend looking them up. And lastly, I'm gonna recommend Shutter by Celeb 5. I don't think I've mentioned this before, but I really like them. I know they're not like a super serious group. They're comedians really, but they're really talented. I think they're great dancers, and they're pretty good singers. And I'm really disappointed that this song is not as popular as the first song they released, the "I Wanna Be a Celeb."
I think that was more
Bum,
because
bum,
that was
bum.
that trend from Japan, because the original
Right? Yeah,
viral
it
thing
was
was those
already
high
a
school
popular
kids.
song.
Yeah, so Celeb 5
Yeah.
is a group of 5. Is it still 5 or someone dropped out? But it was originally
now it's
Yeah,
4.
it's 4
No,
now.
they didn't drop out. They graduated. They're
Okay.
they're a full idol group.
But
here,
it was
please.
it was
Yes.
initially a group of 5 very famous Korean female comedians who thought like, hey, we're like pretty talented in general. I bet we can release music, and that's what they did.
are.
And their first song is, what was the first song's name?
I Wanna Be a Celebrity.
Yes.
I wanna
Yeah.
be-
It blew up because it was like a meme in Japan, but then it was like the Korean version of the meme, so it kind of blew up all over the place. And they were surprisingly good at dancing. Like,
They're so good. They're amazing.
yeah, it's impressive.
Except every time after they perform, they sound like they're gonna die.
Well, they can't sing it live, or else they're gonna.
No. They
They're
never
pass
sing and dance
out.
at the same time.
Yeah, the average age of this group is probably late 30s, if not 40. Like,
성은이's like in
They're in
her
the
early 40s.
30s.
Yeah. No. 성은이's 성은이 is 1973, guys. She's 42.
okay, so it's probably, I take that back. The average age is probably like 35, but still,
Yes.
they hustling and it's amazing.
I really love them. I really want them to come out with another song. Someone mentioned that they were gonna try to do like a unit thing where it's gonna be Celeb White and Celeb Black, like jet skis. And so they're gonna have a ballad unit and a rap unit, and I really hope it's true. I want them to come out with something
No,
this year.
I know they mentioned that in one of their radios, and that was completely a meme. I don't think.
I want it to be true.
I kind of want them to be a thing again. I
Yes.
do, because whenever they're on TV, it's hilarious. I'm sorry, for a completely different reason. Like,
But I feel like the behind the scenes of like the making of like their songs, it's hilarious. You should watch them just for that. But I feel like performance wise, they're also like really good. Like I've seen covers of both I Want to Be a Celeb and Shutter, and I feel like you gotta have like stamina for this. It's a workout.
it's a goddamn workout. Real quick, the two of these guys do a podcast called 비밀보장. That's like we keep your secret, I guess. I used to listen to them a lot, and I was like, man, it'd be fun if I did a podcast too. And then around that time, Doug was like, yo, are you doing much?
All right, you got like all whispery here. I don't know. Are you JYP?
JYP.
Okay, I'm gonna just move on to the news and events from the last week. So I got some follow-ups though. First thing, IOI not actually confirmed. TT.
What?
Sorry.
Second, okay, we were wondering if this was Ong solo debut. It's apparently not. Okay, so Pepsi has this K-pop campaign going. This is the 4th song in the campaign. The first one was by a group called YDPP, and the song was called Love It and Live It, and it included Jung Se-eun, so he wasn't something, MXM, who is Youngmin and Donghyun from Produce, and a Starship trainee called Kwanghyun. The second song was that Wakey Makey Uju Sonyo collaboration. The song was called Uju Makey. It was called Strong, and it included Sola, Luda, Yujung Doyeon. The third one was Ravi and Eunha with Blossom. I'm pretty sure I recommended that song last year. And then the fourth one was Ong's song called Heart Sign. So it's a overarching Pepsi campaign. So that's why there was so much branding. It's not like an official song. It's more like an ad campaign with a song. But in terms of news that actually happened, first thing, BTS sold over 600,000 tickets on their first stadium tour.
Wow.
This is 600,000 tickets over 12 shows, right? Bananas. And the combined gross was $78.9 million US.
Oh.
And isn't it true that these days that there's a they probably have a 50-50 split with the company, right? Which means that they're that might be after cost, but that means each of those guys is walking away with like at least I'm gonna say
They're
$3-4
rich.
million
They're
from
rich.
this.
They're
right?
rich.
Yeah, they don't ever have to work again, but it just shows how strong they are. And I know like not K-pop fans, but there were people outside the K-pop world who were saying there's no way they're gonna sell out these theaters and these stadiums, but they sold out almost every single one of them.
Oh my god.
And they even had to add dates. So just
There
shows
you
the power of
go.
BTS.
You know what's crazy, right? Like, the Korean population is 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, 5 million. And
No,
then,
it's 50 million. Korea's 50 million.
that's 110. I'm looking at the zeros right now. Is it 50 million?
It's 50
Anyways,
million.
the point what I'm trying to get at is I did the math. And like roughly that's like 12% of my country's population going to this concert. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Mhm.
Oh my god. Like
If we do the
okay.
math, it's actually 1.2% cough. But
Oh, is it?
yes, sorry to be, but still,
Oh wait, no, I did. Yo, I messed up. Yo.
sorry.
Just a zero.
Okay, now okay,
Still,
That's still a lot.
that's still a lot. But yo, BTS is just killing it. Like I don't know if there. I would say I always want to think there's a ceiling, but I don't think there is with them. It's just like sky's the limit, honestly.
No, there's the new Beatles. They're the new
Yeah.
Beatles. We're gonna look back decades later and be like, who was the biggest K-pop? No, who were the biggest music stars of this era? And they're gonna be like, yeah, those Korean kids, from Korea with dyed hair and really good dances and really good songs.
Okay, so next we got some YG follow-up. I'm
Oh,
going to call it.
boy.
I'm just
Oh,
there's a million articles on this, but I'll just read off the titles of some of them. First thing, string of scandals sees YG share price drop 42% over the last 6 months.
Oh my
That's
God.
like if
I
you got
know.
$100 or 100 of whatever your currency is, right? And all of a sudden they take 42 of it away, like 40%. You would be hella pissed, right? So, and honestly, stock price, I'm not going to go too much into financial, but stock price is more like confidence in the company. That's not a lot of confidence when you drop about half of your company away. Next one, falling apart from the inside, ? Large number of celebrities want to leave YG Entertainment. So they weren't listing names, but they think many of the actors who are in the company are trying to get out, and
Oh.
other companies are hiring lawyers for them to help them get out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, if I were there, bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I gotta make a living here.
Additionally, YG revealed to have set to send Han So-hee away to the U.S. for 3 months to keep her involvement with Top's drug case hidden.
Oh no! What?
Yeah, so apparently when the whole scandal with TOP and marijuana happened a couple years back, YG sent her to America for 3 months in order to keep her mouth shut, essentially.
That's just
Kind of shady, right?
Kinda very, very, very
The
shady.
big news that happened today was there's now new reports that YG arranged for a trip to Europe for investors and about 10 prostitutes.
This is
And Psy was also
gets
called in
worse.
today to be questioned over the investigation. We don't know how he's involved and in what capacity, but the fact that they had to pull him in, not a good sign. That's all I'll say about that. But lastly, YG denied all suspicions raised by Dispatch. So, and let's just say the netizens were tearing him a new one, saying, how can he deny everything, right, at this point? Into happier news, Twice earns $23 million US in Japanese album sales, now becomes Oricon's #1 top-selling Korean artist in the first half of 2019.
Ooh.
Wow, so Twice beat BTS.
Yes, in perspective, so first place overall was, Warren, how do I pronounce this group?
Nogizaka.
48, yes. So that group, they sold,
King and Prince. A second.
yeah, so they sold 4.42 billion yen, which is about 44 million US, right? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
The next was a group called King and Prince.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know who they are, but
Johnny's Entertainment.
Bunch of pretty boys.
third place was Queen. So we all know who Queen is. Fourth place was
Wait, the Queen?
like Queen.
Oh,
Yeah.
like Queen.
Yeah, Queen.
Like Mama Ua
Like-
killed the man Queen.
Yes.
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 Oh, what are they doing here?
No, it's because of all the hype from the movie last year.
The movie and everything.
Oh, all right. Wait, still?
Yes, still. Fourth place
Man,
was
damn.
Twice, and the only other K-pop group in the top 10 was BTS at 10th. It just shows how powerful Twice is in Japan. So shout out to Twice.
Yes.
Wow.
Lastly, our last
Wow.
quick take, we have one quick take, was that 17 officially announces world tour called Ode to You.
Wow.
So the tour will
World
launch
tour.
with the trio of concerts in Seoul on August 30th, 31st, and September 1st, and they will be releasing more concert dates going forward.
Oh. Okay, so far it's not a world tour, it's just a Korea tour.
Hey, they
But
gonna
it'll
release
be
more
a-
dates. But
It'll evolve. Okay.
in terms of upcoming releases for the next week, on Wednesday we have Yeja Idol coming back, and next Monday we have Yeja Chingu, G-friend coming back as well.
Oh. Lots of G's.
Yeah, lots of G's.
G idol, G friend, GG. Let's go. Woo.
Oh
Yeah.
My, oh my god.
What?
All right.
Okay, so where's the hype?
Let's now transition into Produce X101 Episode 8, the second
Spoiler
elimination.
alert!
But before we do that, give me like 2 seconds, y'all. We got some interesting graphics this week. Let's see if I could do this correct. All right, I got to do this.
If you're watching on YouTube, this is where you're getting the upper hand. If you're not watching on YouTube, you're not missing out a lot. Don't worry. This is just some weird graph. It's a graph, right?
Yeah.
Diagram thing.
Okay,
Mhm.
Warren, you're
Look-
gonna have to edit it here because it got messed up somehow. Okay, we back. Okay, we figured this out.
Yes.
All right, look at this beautiful screen of Produce X101 that I got going on right now. All right.
Oh, very pretty. Oh, wow.
So this week was the big elimination, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's say the most surprising thing that happened on this show. I was completely shocked that Jinhyuk right here ended
I was
up.
not.
You weren't that
Oh.
surprised?
I was not.
Oh,
I
shoot.
knew it.
She knew it.
You knew it? I know he got a ton of extra votes. Like, I want to say it was like 330,000 votes, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But at the same time, TOP Media, shout out to them, right? I
One
think
and two.
Usuk is the best idol on the show in terms of averaging things right now, in terms of what would be marketable. And I think Jinhyuk is that reliable leader type. But I am worried about him that he's going to have like a JR effect in the future.
Well, I mean, hopefully the X position thing.
That's exactly what I was gonna bring up because this
Handy.
year, because this year they're gonna add up all the votes for all the rounds, and that will be the 11th spot, right? So I think Jinhyuk is probably the number one candidate for getting that.
Yes, I think he's relatively safe.
All right, but before we talk about how I feel about the ranking, so the big spoiler, right, of the episode, the big twist at the end was that they're letting everyone who was eliminated, so everyone here from rank 31 all the way to rank 60, one person out of those guys is going to rejoin the competition.
Oh.
Okay, first of all, if I was in that 30, like the lower half, this is like completely super nerve-wracking, right?
Yes.
Because you'd be like, okay, if I was like ranked 55, I'd be like, yo, it's over. I'm just gonna whatever. Like, this is it, like it's gonna be hella depressing because like at one end I'm gonna be like, there's no way I'm gonna make it, but at the other hand, I'm like, I really want to perform, so I'm like, it's gonna be really depressing. Like, how many other weeks? Then then you hear your name not being called at 62%. You go and they're like, there's gonna be, you now have a chance. Imagine that.
The
What
thing
a
is,
torture. What a real torture for the little kids on the show. My heart is very.
I feel like it's also torture for the viewers, maybe in a sense, because it seems like it's a second chance, but in reality, I feel like it's not that viable for people that are past like 40
No.
place, like to really have a chance, because it's just one spot, right?
Yeah.
So
Anita, do you have a
It's-
prediction who's gonna make it?
I honestly, I'm thinking logically here, because I'm trying not to get my hopes up because I wanted them to make it, but I feel like it's it has to be one of the last 5, like 30, 31 to 35. Like one of those people. I feel like the guy from Ulam has a really good shot. I don't know. I feel like
So my prediction, I have one of 2 kids I think are gonna make it. Number 1, I will our friend Angus said like we're overestimating the benefit votes, and he was completely right with that, right? Because without the benefit vote, I'm pretty sure Wonhyuk's towards the bottom of the list in general.
yeah.
But for me, I think the 2 choices which are most likely, I'm gonna say it's either Hyunbin from Starship, or I think the black horse in this is Baekjin making it.
Really? I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I'm trying to guess how people are gonna vote this season, and I feel like it's hard.
The safest bet though is to say a Woolim or the Starship, right?
I feel like Ulam has a better shot.
Because I still hang out in the Produce 48 forums. I still hang out in the Takahashi Jury forums, and Dongyun's name, partially because he's actually from Ulim, and Hyunbin's name too. Actually, their names I keep seeing over and over again. Right, I see their names here and there.
Popular.
Yeah, they're quite popular. They do have that supporting fandom because they're from a more well-known company compared to like what like AAPY or like Around Us. I mean, Around Us is somewhat big, right? But like still, Woolim and Starship are like decently well-known companies that have like somewhat of a brand value to them. So like, I feel like those 2 are most likely to like pull themselves back up.
Yeah, I also feel like
watch my boy Wee Jia-won make it, yo. Watch the Chinese votes come in if he makes it. No, seriously, the international vote might get him or Pick in. You never know. We'll really have to see what happens, because I know Pick is extremely popular outside of Korea.
I feel like in past episodes I would have said that they had a chance, but because of how the
Jin Hyuk fiasco,
went, it's so hard.
Okay, but so before we go through like some of these rankings, what do you guys think about the new songs? So we got Pretty Pretty, Move, Super Special Girl, You Got It, Monday to Sunday. Oh, those were the 5, right? Yeah.
Yes. I like all of them. The only one I don't like is Pretty Pretty.
Pretty Pretty?
Not my favorite.
I was very surprised that Zico is appearing on this show, number 1.
Yeah.
I had no clue. And I thought his song was the best.
I agree.
Completely not a surprise at all, because Zico is a very skilled producer. Yeah. Umjigyo is by far the best song on the whole show between the 5 easily. Really good show. Not show, song. It has that drop.
It has that drop, and we know that Jo Seung-young's gonna kill it too.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited. You have no idea, because I love the guy with this. He has that like voice. Yo,
why are you whispering so much today?
I don't know. Like when I'm like super hype, I feel like I can't scream anymore, and I need to whisper.
I don't know. It's just a little strange, but in terms of the top. Okay, Anita. What else?
No, I was just gonna say like that's probably the song that I'm looking forward to the most. Move, and you know who was in that group? Midam.
Okay, if Midam had more personality, he would have made top 30.
I feel like he's just very quiet. He's a very reserved person.
But this shows essentially a popularity contest where personalities win, so it's tough for him. But let's let's go through this top 10, right?
Yeah.
Usuk 100% making this final group. Do you guys agree with that?
Easily.
Yep.
We already spoke about Jin Hyuk, how if he does make it, it's one of these lower spots, or he's number 11, I think. Because he did have extra votes, and my guess is it puts him somewhere around like 5 to 7 in reality. I think that's where his true rank is, this vote. I think Johan, 100% making the group.
Yes.
Yep.
I think Hyungjun, definitely making it as well.
Yeah.
Gu Jung-mo, for me...
I don't get the hype behind.
I kind of get the hype.
I think.
Really? I think his eye, like, I keep forgetting what he looks like is my issue. Like,
I would say I think Ian Sang has a better chance than Gu Jungbo to make it.
I agree.
I also kind of agree.
Because also, Ian Sang was like the main kid for the segment on You Got It. I was writing down as we went like who's the main guy they're focusing on, and it was Ian Sang. They're giving him a lot of screen time lately. Nam Do-hyun, I want to say he's gonna make it, but
I think he's very likely to also.
It's stable.
He has a stable fandom.
Our friend Angus also pointed out something to me, how we overestimated Yubin's popularity, which was true. And he also pointed out to us that the fandoms for main vocalists is rough this year. Because Sungwoo and Yubin are probably the only two true main vocalists that are somewhere within the top 12 right now.
A shame.
I mean that's kind of what it's been last year too, right?
I really hope one of them makes it, because this group needs a true main vocal.
One of them has to. Like, they will, for sure.
Yo, shout out to Sungwoo for parting his bangs, because we finally got to see what he looked like.
You.
He's pretty handsome. Wow, I didn't know.
Man.
All right, but I think the way netizens are reacting to Ijinu makes him a little precarious going forward. Because he was one of the people who got the most criticism because what they consider childish behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know how, like, Mingyu got the bad edit? So...
Yeah.
I feel like this will be a growing spot for Mingyu. I feel like if he does well in the song evaluation or the concept evaluation, I think he will rise up again.
I'm not actively voting as I did last year. Do they also stop voting like a couple hours after they air the most recent episode?
I think so, yeah.
I believe so.
Didn't Mingyu perform in the last episode?
Yeah, he performed in episode 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the bad edit hasn't happened yet, guys. I feel like it's gonna even go even more down. Do you kind of get what I'm saying? Because the bad edit happened on episode 7, right? That was last week's episode. And then the voting stopped right after that.
I'm not completely sure about that though.
Okay.
Because if you look at this list, so Jinu had a bad edit, Mingyu had a bad edit, and Hamwon-jin had a bad edit, and they all dropped.
I'm just saying, there's more open space for him to drop into. That's all I'm trying to say here.
Okay, so I think the most interesting person on this list is Dongpyo at 11. I don't know if this is going to go up more or down more. It's strange territory.
Okay, as a person who started watching after like episode 6 or something like that, he's not that cringy to me. To me, he feels like one of those little kids who just go to hagwons. I would see on the streets of like suburban Seoul.
I don't think it was cringy. I just think it was like he was trying way too hard at a certain point. But they've toned it down. I don't know if they toned it down in the edits or it's just him toning it down a little. But he's been a lot more palatable lately for me, and I'm back to supporting him a lot. So I do think he deserves to be in the final group. But if that happens, I'm not sure. Yo, can we get some love for Hangyeol, please? Like, do y'all know his backstory?
No, I don't.
He's an orphan.
Wait.
Yeah.
아이고.
And his outlook on it, he said in an interview that he doesn't blame the parents because he's sure that they were going through something. I was like, I don't want to be the one to dictate what he says, but if he dropped that on the show, he would definitely make the final group. Like,
he would easily make the
He's a good guy.
But I'm proud of him at least for like not having to rest on that. Do you know what I mean? He wants to get there on his own, just talent and skill. And I think he's way better than the D he got in second grade. But at the same time, when he was centered this last round, I don't think he was super memorable. So hard to say what's gonna happen with him. All right, so Anita, what do you feel about Juno?
I think, I don't know. I feel like he's doing better, right? After the singing evaluation, he's definitely getting more screen time, in my opinion. I think
Mhm.
like he's more noticeable to me. I don't know if he will make it, just because there's a lot of competition as far as like vocalists, and
Yeah.
like you said, it's a personality contest. He's not like super outgoing.
I mean, the fact
or
that he's been
anything,
labeled
but
like the robot guy is not
yeah,
good for his like
I don't
popularity.
know. Honestly, what I'm getting from this is on that Willem has a lot for
Yeah.
next coming up group, so I'm looking forward to their lineup a lot. Whenever
Lastly,
that is.
I'm just gonna say that normally how the show works about this time is you gotta be like top 15 to have a good shot, right? That's how the show normally works.
Yeah.
But I'm going to predict that Jo Seung Young does make the final group.
I think it's possible. I think it's possible if he gets a good solid push the next episode.
I agree.
I think he will.
Which he's the leader and the center, so I feel like he will.
And we all know that episode 9 when they do the concept, is it concept Pyeongkwa? I think
Yeah.
it is. Whenever they do this episode, it's the best
Concept.
episode of the year. By far.
It
yeah,
is.
yeah.
This is the episode we got like rumor in last year, right? So
Yep.
Ooh, yeah.
this is the biggest one, and I think Jo Seung Young's in the most anticipated song too, the Zico song, Move. So it's like the perfect formula for him to make a
Yeah.
final push into the group.
I feel like he's gonna barely make it though. I feel like he's gonna be like ranked 9 or like
Yeah, he's not gonna be the 11. He would have to be 10 or 9 or 10 in
Yeah.
order to win.
8 maybe lucky.
Man, it's really hard for the people outside the top 11 to make it because they not only have to essentially beat the Mr. Congeniality and get 10th.
Mr.
Right?
Conge-
No, that's
Congeniality's gonna go up, I think.
no. Oh, I know he's Mr. Congeniality, but at the same point, like they have to beat who's ever getting the most votes in order to get 10th, right?
Right.
Because 11th place, it's gonna be someone who doesn't get it on the day, but it was popular overall. So it is probably someone who's already in the top 10. So it's really tough to actually make the 10th spot is the hardest spot to get this year.
Does the X position include the benefits?
Yeah, it includes everything.
Oh,
That's
so, like-
that's why I'm saying Jin Hyuk is probably it's Jin Hyuk.
Mhm.
I think it's gonna be Jin Hyuk or Dong Pyo who's gonna end up as 11.
yeah. It's either one of those two kids. I feel like at this point. Ooh.
But overall,
Yo,
I'm
yeah.
excited for the next episode. I think it's gonna be the best episode of the season. And let me go back to our regular picture before we end the podcast real quick. Let's see if I did this correctly. All I should have to do is one of these, and then
More technical difficulties.
oh, I messed this up, didn't I? And we
There.
back. Hey, we back.
Give me a
Okay.
second. Give me a second. Oh, we back. We back.
All right, but
we back.
this has been SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. I'm Doug, and I'd like to thank Warren and Nita for joining me. Please like, subscribe, download, leave us feedback and questions at SojuTalkPodcast@gmail.com, YouTube, Reddit, wherever you are finding us. Please join the Discord. We're going to have a crazy time over there. And please watch our YouTube exclusive girl group tier video that will be accompanying this episode. And we will see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Hakuna Matata, ya.